Hello, Brother Nash. How are you? Please post my story as anonymous. I am a South African man, and this is my story. I have a secret and I have a problem. If there is anyone who knows herbs that I can use, please you can tell me in the comment section so that I can be able to fix my marriage, because since last year I've not been able to sleep with my wife. As for now, she is always complaining. She thinks that I am cheating on her, but I am not cheating on my wife. It is just that my manhood, it has stopped working. But when a Togolo she visits me at night, I can feel myself getting rock hard, and I sleep with that Togoloshi. My name is Rudzani, and my story, it was not like I was poor. It does not start with poverty. It starts with an inheritance that we started fighting for, but at the end of the day, the matter, it was settled in court. My father, he passed away. My father, he was a hard-working man from Venda who moved to Joburg. He had properties in Thohoyandou as well as Johannesburg. As for me, I grew up in Johannesburg with my mom, but she was also from Venda. We would only go back to Venda during schooling holidays, but most of the times I was here in Johannesburg. So there was a fight that was happening. This fight even happened before we even knew what life was, between my mother and my father, and they ended up separating. Then after that, my mother, she died. She started suffering from hypertension. Then she passed away when my father married again. My father, he was someone that was like enjoying staying in the rural areas, but my mother, she enjoyed staying in the city lights of Johannesburg. So they always fought about that. The family then got involved in the whole scenario, and then my father was told to marry another woman, a rural woman from Venda. And by the time that he passed away, there was too much tension that was going on between me and my stepmom, because as for my stepmom, she did not even like me at all. The argument was that my mother, she was not a legitimate woman. She was the woman that was only married for the city life, and she was the one that was staying at the family house there in Venda. And my father's sisters, my aunties, they also believed the same. But when my father died, we ended up taking each other to court. But I think that I was cursed. That is the disadvantage when your mother is no longer alive, because if she was still alive, maybe she could have gone to a sangoma or to a pastor to get prayed for, so that I won't get bewitched by my stepmother. But I did not know that my stepmother, she was capable of bewitching me. The houses, they were sold, and I received my share. I received a solid 850,000. I did not waste it. I was already working as a mechanic. I am a mechanic by trade. I am a specialist. I then opened up my own garage because I used to fix these cars at home. Then I said, let me find a place to rent and I can start fixing these cars. I started buying go bid cars, accident damaged luxury vehicles, fixing them up and flipping them for a massive profit. For 3 years, everything was perfect. I was making a lot of money. I even had people that were working for me. I even hired some managers at my garage because we were handling a lot of cars that we would buy, fix, and sell them. There was no problem at all. But everything, it started to change. When I went back home, it was in December. We had a family function back home in Venda. My father's second wife, my stepmom, the one that I have been telling you about, there was always this tension about the inheritance, and she felt bad that my mother's relatives, they had given me the idea to go to court so that I can fight for something, because she did not want to give me anything really. And the house that she was talking about, that was in Joburg, there was a whole lot of stories that was there because it was a company house that my father was a director of in that company. Even if it was going to get sold, but it was going to be difficult for me to quickly recoup the money. So we had to sell some of the houses that were in Venda that my father had bought, and he had finished paying them off. So my stepmom, she did not want me to get involved in any of the inheritance that was in Venda. And I had stood up and I had told him that she had no right to claim my father's legacy because I was the firstborn. I was the one that was supposed to share the money to her children. And I told her that I'm not evil hearted in a way that she was. This happened when we were having a family dinner. Everyone was there, including her sons. They got up and they wanted a fight with me, but I just walked away. You know, when a witch does not insult you back, maybe you are supposed to get scared. The way that she looked at me, it's like I saw a demon that was looking at me. She just looked at me and she laughed. The next day, I left Venda and I returned back to Joburg. On the drive back to Joburg, that was when I started to experience real bad luck. I never thought that things that happen in the spirit, they can affect us here in the physical world. I had never experienced so many bad lucks in a single day. The car that I was driving, it started to give me problems. On the N1, I would drive 100 kilometers, then the car will start to overheat, touch here and then I drive again, it will overheat. I am a master mechanic, but the problems that I faced on that day with the car, I could not even understand. If only I could have sat down and said that these things that are happening, they are not normal. Maybe I could not have ended up doing money rituals. But I just thought that it was one bad day in office and things were going to work out for the better. I continued with my work. I would personally go maybe buy a BMW with minor body damage. But the moment that we return back to the garage, when you touch the engine, things would snap. And when you try to fix that car, you will not even be able to fix it. And new parts that I would have bought, even ordered, would fail within an hour after installing the part on the car. I was losing money faster than the way that I was making money. The worst part was not the cars, it was my right hand. I used my right hand to do everything. My right hand, it started swelling such that I could not even hold a wrench. It started swelling so bad and I could not even do anything. I felt as if inside there was someone that was busy ironing my veins with a hot iron. I went to a doctor. They did x-rays and they did scans on me and they found nothing. They told me that it was inflammation and they gave me some pills for that, but it did not work. At night, it will get so hot and I will get so scared because I would feel as if there was someone that was always watching me. I knew that it was something else that was spiritual. I could not work anymore. I could not hold a spanner anymore. I was just a mechanic who could not even use his hands anymore. And I was watching my bank account bleeding dry each and every day. Some of the people that were working for me, they stopped coming to work with no reason given to me. And I was left empty without anyone working for me. And I was desperate. That was when I spoke with another Zimbabwean guy who is also a garage. He is also a mechanic. I went to him because my hand, it was troubling me at all the times. I said, if I go to this Zimbabwean guy, maybe he can help me with something that I can use so that my hand will get a little bit better. When I spoke with him, he said that he was going to speak with another prophet, but a red garment prophet. It was the first time ever consulting with someone that was from Zim. I went there and they made me to pay 150 rand so that the Holy Spirit can come and tell me what was wrong with my hand, what had happened for me to be where I was at that time. The Holy Spirit came. I even felt the roof, it was shaking when the Holy Spirit landed, and it started speaking through that prophet. The prophet then said that there was a rat that was inside of my hand, and my enemies had planted a spirit like a tokoloshim to eat me from the inside, and this was causing the pain that I was feeling. He said if I was willing, he could take me to a sangoma, but this sangoma, he was working in Venda, and I needed to have a lot of money so that we can go to their village, which was in Mashingo. So I said, okay, it's fine. I started looking for money. I started selling some of the cars that I still had. Some of them I sold them as they were to other mechanics so that they can fix them and they can resell them. When I managed to raise the money that I was told that I was supposed to have, then we went to Zim. When we went to Zim, we stayed there for 2 good weeks. They said that I was supposed to return back to South Africa after there will be some fluids that would have come out of my hand so that they can know that I was cured. But these people, they knew what they were doing. I am a man who went to school. I am a man who believes in logic and science. But what I saw, what they showed me in a mirror, that Sangoma, he was using a mirror, it still haunts me to this day. I saw my stepmother. She was sitting in her bedroom, and my stepmother, she was holding a piece of pork. This piece of meat that she was holding, it was meant to represent my hand, and she was busy sewing needles into it, and she was calling out my name. Every time that she pushed a needle in, this would give me so much pain, and that was where the inflammation was coming from. This Sangoma, he assisted me, and he told me that the only way to save my life was through a go back to sender ritual. He said that once we do this go back to sender, then whatever that my stepmother was doing, she won't be able to do it anymore. Because I wanted to leave, I agreed immediately. I wanted her to feel the pain that she had given to me. The ceremony was performed, and he used his muti on me, and he told me that I was supposed to name all of my enemies. I named my stepmother's name, and I named her children, and I felt that I was okay. But what the healer did not tell me was that whenever you do a go back to sender ritual, you have to use a dead person's spirit. Without the dead person's spirit, a go back to sender can't be done, because it's like you are sending muti to your enemy, and the only way that this muti can end up being in the house of your enemy is if you go to the graveyard and if you wake up a spirit of a dead person. But I was never told this. This was a fact that was hidden from me. Maybe this is the way that all sangomas work. They don't tell you the truth, because this sangoma, he did not tell me that he was going to give me a tokoloshim, as in the spirit of a person that he had woken up from the graves. When I started to suffer, when I started to ask a lot of questions, as I was going to other sangomas, that was when I was told that there was a spirit of a woman that had been woken up from the graves that was busy following me. I said, a woman from where? Did I kill someone by mistake? And I was told that no, there is a woman that I came with from Zim that is now officially my wife. It was something that I could not even understand, but now I understand what really happened. And to those that are going to doom back to senders in church or at sangomas, you need to know that when you have done a go back to sender, you have used the spirit of a person that died a very long time ago, as that person would go and leave the charms at the house of the person that would have wronged you. When I came back from Zim to my auto repair shop, my business exploded in ways that I could not even understand. At my shop, there were people that were always there, even though I could not do the heavy lifting with my hand yet. The shop was making more money than ever. I hired a lot of guys that were from Zim, and my life was becoming less more complicated. And the luck that I had, I just felt that there was something that was wrong. I felt at all the times that there was someone that would be standing behind me whilst I was waking. I was not at peace at all with myself. Then the dreams started. These dreams, when they started, I dreamt of my favorite auntie, who was my father's sister. She was the only one that had supported me, even encouraging me to go to court. In the dream, I saw that my auntie, she was standing in a river that was full of mud. She was crying. She looked at me and she said, Rudzani, what did I do to you? What did I do wrong? Why did you sacrifice me? I woke up and I nearly screamed. 2 days later, me and my wife, that was when we received a phone call from Vietnam. My auntie, she had died. She just passed away. They woke up and she was no longer there. I realized that this go back to sender, it was doing some things in my life, and I knew that the success that I had, it was not normal good luck. This Togoloshi was the one that had killed my auntie. Then I started to have a spiritual wife. I am a married man. I love my wife, but since August of 2025, I have not been able to touch my wife. I suddenly developed severe erectile dysfunction. I have tried everything, Mbesu from the streets, Congo dust, even the expensive pills from the pharmacy. Nothing works. It's like my body is dead. My manhood does not even wake up during the day, but at night, when I am in the dark, when the lights are out, when I am fast asleep, I become rock hard. When I wake up, my manhood will be so rock hard. Even when she wakes up, she tries to sleep with me. Then I will lose that hardness as a man. I feel and I see a woman that comes and climbs on top of me when I am fast asleep. This woman, she sleeps with me in the spirit, and I cannot wake up when she is doing these things to me. By the time that she is finished, I'll be so tired. When I wake up, I can even see sperms on my thighs, showing that I was sleeping with a woman. This woman is that same Dogoloshim that I brought with me from Zim, and she does not want me to sleep with my wife because of the success that she has been giving to me. I tried to find that healer, the one that helped me in Zim, the one that was staying in Venda. I wanted to take his things back. So I searched for him through other contacts, and I only found out that he was arrested in Venda. He had defrauded a family out of their entire house, promising to clean the house of its Togoloshis, that they would hear things walking in the ceiling. And he said, sell the house to me. He was caught trying to escape back to Zim. He nearly had 500,000 in cash that was hidden in his spare tire. He died in prison, this man. So he is the only one that could assist me. I lack nothing. My fridge is always full. My bills are paid, but I'm not enjoying life. My wife, she is beautiful. She has a beautiful body, but I can't even enjoy my wife anymore. Brother Nashi, you have to understand the level of okay that I am living in. I drive a nice car. I'm not rich, but the life that I am living, it is just difficult. The Mpesu situation is the most embarrassing part. I have spent thousands of rands on traditional boosters. I have gone to markets in downtown Joburg buying the most strongest Congo dust from the man that promises me that I'll be like a lion in bed. When I take it, it does not work. The only thing that this Mpesu does to me, my heart will start racing, my blood pressure goes up, but nothing happens downstairs. My wife, she thinks that I am cheating. She thinks that I have a side chick. She does not know that there is a Togoloshi that comes to sleep with me at night. And it is terrible, brother, to wake up and you find out that you are rock hard at 2 a.m. in the morning. You try to touch your wife, then that erectile dysfunction, it comes back to you. If this dysfunction that I have, if it was something that was normal, then I could have gotten it sorted out because the money is there. I have gone everywhere, men's clinic, I have tried everything, even bought some penis pumps, but it really does not even work. I need help, brother. When you post, you will tell me. I'll be following in the comment section. If there is anyone that knows a sangoma that can cleanse me here in Joburg, I am willing to do whatever so that I can return back to normal. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our DM brother. Let us try to speak with our brother in the comment section. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. I'll be back with another episode.